What's going on, YouTube? It's No Change, and I am back for another commentary, and this is another episode of my Cincinnati Bengals Connected Franchise Owner Mode. And this is the rematch between the Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. In the last episode versus these guys, I don't know if you guys remember, we had a very, very close game back in week 2. It was very epic, down to the last possible second. Nonetheless, the Bengals came away with a victory, and this time we'll go into Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, and hopefully we can come away with a W. Stay tuned.
It's full steam ahead in Cincinnati. From coaching innovators to helmet stripes, even their celebrations changed the game. These Bengals only stop to do the icky shuffle. Are the Bengals. Pittsburgh, PA. The blue-collar city is black and yellow, both immaculate and terrible. From the steel curtain to the catch. It's always been about winning. One more. These are the Steelers.
Alright guys, just a little background on the last episode where we faced these guys. We were in Cincinnati, of course. As you guys see, we're going to Pittsburgh. But in the last episode, we were at home and we faced them, and it was a close game. The Bengals had to win via a last-minute touchdown to Marvin Jones from North Carolina, and then after that, they got the ball back with, I believe, like 2 or 3 seconds. They lobbed it up to, I believe, was Antonio Brown, and he got 1 foot down. He caught the ball, but he did not get his second foot down in the end zone, and that was a Hail Mary. It would have been crazy had they scored off that. Of course, it would have given them the lead, and they would have won the game. But here we are in a new day, a new game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Vic Ballard is still doing his thing for the Steelers. They, I believe, traded for him because I know he wasn't cut by the Colts. However, I do not have the details on that trade. But let's get back to this game. Antonio Brown catches a pass for the Steelers, and they pick up a first down. And after a failed run play, they are on 2nd down and 12, and they will complete yet another pass to Emmanuel Sanders this time, forcing a 3rd down and 5. Dropping back is Ben Roethlisberger going to the end zone, and he will find Emmanuel Sanders, and it does not look like he got his foot down. However, I could not throw a challenge flag, which was highly irritating. So I went ahead and looked at the replay. 1 foot. Doesn't look like he ever got that right foot in bounds, but Madden is what it is. I mean, I couldn't challenge it. I'm not sure why I could not, but he definitely didn't get 2 feet down unless he somehow drug his heel before he stepped out of bounds. But the Bengals will turn the ball right back over as Ryan Clark jarred the ball loose from Jermaine Gresham, who was unable to hold on to the pass. I think that probably would have been incomplete, but nonetheless, it's a fumble, and Ryan Clark has made so many plays versus the Bengals offense over the years and in this series. In this series, he caught an interception in the first game versus Andy Dalton that pretty much gave the Steelers a chance to win the game. But as you guys see, they're capitalizing on the turnover caused by the defense, and they are already inside the 5-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Vic Ballard, who is just finding his niche here in Pittsburgh, who is just playing very, very well. And I like to see him do good if he was not a Steeler, but yeah, he's tearing us apart right now. But we have a running back of our own who's going to get us down inside the 15-yard line, who is going to be hurt on the play. So we're going to have to sub in Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. And I did turn the sliders for injuries down. Nonetheless, they still happen. And we have Bernard Scott in, but we're going to be picked off by Ryan Clark. Andy Dalton getting inside the red zone via a run by his rookie running back, but turning it over when he got there. And Ryan Clark just has Andy Dalton's number and the entire offense's number, and has just been able to make plays all over the field for the Steelers in both games this season, and forcing 2 turnovers to start off the game in this second game of the series, giving the Steelers a chance to go up 21-0 over the Cincinnati Bengals. One thing I did forget to mention is that in the first game that we played versus the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger did go down, by the way. He did go down. Landry Jones was the one who threw that Hail Mary at the end of the game. If you missed it, if you did, I recommend you guys go look at that to give us some meaning to this matchup. And hopefully, since the injury sliders are down, Ben Roethlisberger can play 4 quarters so we can actually play against a healthy starting quarterback. You know, we were injuring a lot of starting quarterbacks over the season so far, but I turned it down and it hadn't happened as much. I believe we heard Matt Stafford, Ben Roethlisberger, and Tom Brady. It was Tom Brady. And we actually lost that game versus Tom Brady, but we draw an offsides call, so Andy Dalton's just going to throw this one deep, and he will find A.J. Green for the touchdown. When I see that flag come up on the top of the screen as soon as the play starts, I know that it's offside, so I just decided to go with the highest reward play. And in this case, it was throwing the ball up to AJ, giving him and Andy Dalton the chance to make a play. And that is exactly what they were able to do, getting the Bengals on the board with their first points of the game. And we will receive the second half kickoff, and Bernard Scott, who returned a couple of weeks ago, is up to his usual tricks, getting the Bengals great field position to start off their drive. But some of those yards will be taken back as Ziggy Hood makes a great play on the ball carrier in the backfield. And we will get those yards right back because we're going to find A.J. Green on a 10-and-out play. We love running that route for A.J. Green, especially in one-on-one coverages. Like, he'll automatically get open on that play. I don't think any corner in the league can cover that if he has one-on-one coverage, if he's playing back like the Steelers were on that play right there. And on 2nd and inches, we're going to allow this one up to Tyler Eifert, getting that yardage, getting us a brand new set of downs. And on 3rd down and goal, we're going to try to fool them with the run up the middle. They were expecting the pass, yet they were still ready for the run on that one, so we will settle for a David Buehler field goal. And Roethlisberger will be hit by Marcus Hunt, who has been very, very effective in this defense so far in his new spot at outside linebacker. But he could not get any pressure on Roethlisberger right there, and he was able to find a receiver on the right side of the field. And he's going to find Antonio Brown over the middle of the field, wide open. They caught us lacking on the blitz right there. And James Harrison will get his first tackle versus his former team. Basically non-existent outside of, I guess, getting some pressure on Roethlisberger, but never actually getting there and making a sack or a tackle. And we're going to throw it to Giovanni Bernard, our check down. He's going to turn this less than 5-yard pass into a very nice gain for 16 yards right there. And we are on a drive trying to tie the game up, and Andy Dalton's going to be sacked, and he's going to fumble it. I wish we could have advanced it right there. I think he would have got the first down, but here we are on 4th and 7. This is the last chance for the Bengals, unless we could come up with a stop. Dalton, nice clean pocket, going to force this one into Eifert, and it will be picked off by Thomas. And I had triangle and L1, I think, wide open, and we're going to have to make a stop, but they will get the first down. And we just don't play defense in situations like this, and we're going to try to get another stop, but yet they're going to get another first down. So just like that, the Steelers win. Andy Dalton cannot be clutch today. He usually is. You know, he usually leads the cardiac cats in the battle and gets us the win. This time we couldn't force overtime, and there's a sad James Harrison hoping to get a win versus his former team. But Ryan Clark had 1 tackle, which was a forced fumble, and 1 interception. So 2 plays he made on the ball today, and they were both turnovers. So the Bengals, I believe, will fall to 11-3. So we have 2 games left in the season, the Ravens and the Vikings. And I'm going to take a look at the standings here after this game, so don't go anywhere yet. So Andy Dalton, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, didn't play well at all. Our run game was much more efficient than our passing attack, but we were playing from behind, so I passed it a lot more than I would have liked to. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the standings here. As you guys see, the 49ers are undefeated on the season so far, and the Bengals have locked up their playoff spot. However, they have not locked up the division. So if the Ravens end up winning next week, that will set up a game for the winner of the AFC North. As you guys know, the Ravens did defeat us, so we'll both end up going into that game, or they'll go in at 11-4, and we'll go in at 12-3. So if we end up losing that game, they'll get the tiebreaker advantage over us because they will have swept us, if that makes sense. I'm not really good at explaining that. So basically, winner of the Ravens game after next week, the week after next, whoever wins that game wins the division. And we're going to take a look at the other standings. And we have a lot of surprising records for some teams. So the Packers are 5-9, and with Aaron Rodgers, I don't ever see that happening. The Falcons are 5-9 as well, and the Browns have the worst record in the league right now. So that's important to me because they may get the #1 overall pick, and guess who's projected to go #1? Johnny Manziel. So if he goes to the Browns, that will be very fun for this series for us to play against them twice a year. That'll be just absolutely amazing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one where we will be facing the Vikings, and I'll see you guys.